Jenny's Magic Sketchbook 29, Borrowed Time. Story by S. Nova. Illustrations by ChatGPT. 1. The Vanished Time. Jenny was pulled into her sketchbook in a flash of blue light. When she opened her eyes, she found herself beneath a towering clock tower. A boy sat crying at its base, a tiny candle trembling in front of him. The flame wavered weakly, barely clinging to life. This is all the time I have left," he whispered. His voice was so thin it almost blew away with the wind. Jenny's heart tightened. 2. The Pull of the Dream. That night, her sketchbook shimmered softly. The pages fluttered like breathing wings. A warm breeze lifted from the paper, curling around her fingers and gently drawing her into a moonlit dream. The price of turning back. The boy pointed at the candle with shaking fingers. I kept turning time backward, for homework, for tests, for everything. Each time he rewound the clock, a bit of the candle melted away. He hadn't noticed at first, but one day, it was almost gone. Jenny knelt beside him, her eyes soft. "Who made this? Who let you do it?" 3. The One Inside the Tower. The boy lifted his gaze toward the clock tower. Inside, the timekeeper lives there. He turns time back for anyone. Doesn't even ask why. Jenny frowned as she stared up at the massive gears and iron doors. Someone who could turn back time existed, so why had the boy been left like this? "Come on," she said gently. "We're going to talk to him." 4. The Timekeeper's Records. Inside, the tower smelled of dust and old metal. Along the walls hung rows of ancient records. Guardian of the Time Rift. Gatekeeper against reversal. The Timekeeper. Jenny traced the words with her fingertips. "You're supposed to protect time." A shadow shifted, and a man stepped out. From the darkness, a figure identical to the one in the records. 5. Anger. Jenny's eyes blazed. "Then why did you let him end up like this?" She took a step closer, voice trembling with frustration. "You're the one who should have stopped him." The boy stood frozen behind her, shoulders shaking. The timekeeper closed his eyes, silent and heavy with regret. 6. The Keeper's Confession. For a long time, he didn't speak. Then, in a worn, breaking voice, he whispered, "I wanted to protect them." He looked down at his hands, old, tired, stained by countless hours. But children kept coming. They begged to turn back time, never thinking of the cost. Jenny clenched her fists. That wasn't a justification. It was surrender. 7. The Decision. "You still should have stopped them," Jenny said, breathing hard. The timekeeper bowed his head. "I'm sorry, truly." The words trembled with guilt. Jenny softened, just a little. "It can't go on like this." He nodded slowly. "Yes, it's time to close the door." 8. The Seal. A deep, echoing clang rang out as he locked the massive tower doors. Gears clattered and bolts slammed into place. The tower was sealed shut. But then, thin shadows slipped through the cracks like smoke. Children addicted to turning time backward. "Timekeeper, please, just once, please." 9. The Needle's Condition. The timekeeper raised a single, sharpened clock hand, the second hand, gleaming in the dim light. "If you truly want to turn time back," he said softly, "you must pierce your own heart with this." The children froze, faces draining of color. "Why? Because turning back time steals life," he said. "Magic always demands a price." 10. The children leave. Silence wrapped the tower like a blanket. Not one child reached for the second hand. One stepped back first. "I'm scared." Another followed. Then another. Soon they all retreated toward the entrance. Only their trembling footsteps remained. The timekeeper let out a slow, aching breath. At last, they understand. 11. The Final Seal. The timekeeper walked deeper into the tower. "I will stay here," he murmured. The tower began to reshape itself into a giant clock, its doors sealed, its passageways closed forever. No one could enter again. Jenny held the boy's hand tightly, watching the last glow of the candle flicker but survive. 12. Tick, tock. In time, the sealed clock tower was forgotten, buried beneath heaps of discarded junk. People forgot its name, its story, its weight. But sometimes, late at night, if the world grew quiet enough, tick, tock. A faint sound echoed from nowhere and everywhere. Jenny looked up at the sky and whispered, "Someone is still watching over time."